dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So this is X-Wing Miniatures. It's the latest edition. Fantasy Flight released a new version to go along with the new movie, and it's a little sign on the bottom there. And yes, this is being post-recorded, giving situations, but it'll be good. Alright, so this is the back of the box. It shows you most of the components that come with it. And you can read there, and quick and simple. And here I am opening the box, or maybe. I don't know. It's hard. Knives, sharp instruments. Don't play with them, kids. So, cut. Yeah. Roar, super strong. So, we have the game. Let's open her up. Whatever. There we go. So, this is what you see. You got some cardboard and you got your miniatures. Let's take out the cardboard first. So, that's where all your tokens and dials and stuff. Here's a little mat. Just throw it away because you don't need it. Advertisement for old expansions. Yeah. Alright. Here's a handy-dandy mission guide. So every time you buy an X-Wing thing, you get missions, and they make, instead of just dogfights. This is the first book you should open up to learn how to play. It tells you all the basic stuff about it. And this rules reference, this is something new. Fantasy Flight is releasing that for all their games. Like, you do learn how to play, and this is any questions you have, should answer them, and covers a lot of stuff. And yes, then we have the dice. Look at them. I'm going to open them and show you them because they're unique dice, because Fantasy Flight has to have unique dice. Here's your defensive die. It's green. It has an eyeball, has a evade, and it has blank. Evade dodges, eyeballs, you can use focus. Lets you use the eyeball and focus and change your results. And this is attack die. There are a couple results. That's regular damage, there's eyeballs, and then those explosions are big damage. And here's the green one again, because I don't think I had focus before, but clumsy hands on the way. You can see the paint on my hand from painting earlier. So that's the die. Then we have 2 packets of cards. This is your pilot cards, both the First Order and Resistance, Resistance, that's what they call them. And I'm going to show you the cards first. Oh, maybe not. Hey, look, here's the miniatures. And this is the shooting ruler, firing ruler. Range is 1 to 3. Colors doesn't matter. Here we go. Here's the super cool miniatures. So, fully painted, high detail, quite nice. This is not an X-Wing, it's something else. Although it looks like a Z95. But they already have that in this game. Here's a First Order tie. Not the red one, but it's got a little bit unique engine in the back there. I might show it later. Maybe not. And then you have the stands where you put the fighters on, and pegs that are used to hold the fighters up. Typically you use 2 pegs. They come with 6 in this pack, but here's 2. Typically you use 2, but you can use more or less. So you can create an illusion of a 3D battlefield, but it has no impact on the game whatsoever. They're simple. You just quickly, there's only one way to put them in. They're designed to peg hole in the bottom of the ship and in the bottom of the stand. So you can swish it around. Swoosh. I don't think I'd bother with the tie. Oh, look, the top. It's got little details on the top. They're really well detailed. Some people do paint them just to make custom ships. Like, they want their own fire spray. Alright, here's the ships. See, there's the First Order, and then there's the Rebels. Resistance, not Rebels. Alright, so here we go. Pilot skill is that orange number. It determines your order of attacking and moving. You got red, which is how many attack dice you roll. You got green, which is how many defensive die you roll. Yellow is your hull, and blue is if you have shields. Dots by names, like Poe Dameron, means you're a unique person. You can only use one of them. Down at the bottom, you can see icons that are special per pilot, sometimes ship, and the price of the ship/pilot. Each pilot can only fly certain ships, hence the ship name underneath the pilot name. And some cards have special abilities, like Poe Dameron has a special ability because he's unique, whereas other squadron people do not. You can see this again. I'll be showing other stuff, but you can see different icons that shows what type of ship you're going to be using. First Order TIE or X-Wing or whatever, Z90, blah, blah, blah. And so there's two of those, so 2 TIE fighters, you can use 2 of them, but, the dot means you can only use 1. He can only appear on the battlefield once. And these cards, there's 2 things in here. First, you will see is the damage deck. This is unique to this set. If you want to complete in tournaments, you need them. But these are items you can add onto your ship. There is additional cost because it's like a fleet builder. And there's icons that match with the ships that show you can equip each one. So after you pick your ships, you spend some time and points to add onto the ship. And they all do different things. There's like astrodroids and gear, and some classes and ships have their own unique icons. And no one else can equip them. I didn't plan how the camera was set up, so you can barely see what I'm holding. But I try to show a little bit. Oh, look, BB-8. The annoying droid that's going to come out. I said it. So, some of the icons matches the cards, and that means you can use them. I feel like 4 cards is very limited. I feel like the original base came out with more. But these are damage decks. If you want to do official tournaments, you need that. If you ever roll that regular damage, you get 1 face down card. If you roll the explosion, that's open symbol, you flip it over, and it's a critical hit. They do different things like, hey, look, this card counts as 2 damage against your hull. And whereas other ones will make you like, you can't use weapons, or your ship can't do this, or you different speed. After you execute a maneuver, you could have paused for that. I need to slow down next time I do this. But yes, you need your own deck if you want to play in a tournament, and you need a deck from here. You can use old decks if you're playing just for fun, which I will be. Let's look at these cardboard stuff. So these are the rulers you use for your ship. They fit in notches right in the middle of the stand. They fit quite nicely, as you can't see here, but I will fix that. I'll be like, oh wait, I should aim down. So it perfectly lines up between those dots. So what you do is you put down the ruler, you can put the ruler in front of it, and then you move the ship, and there's dots on the back of it too, so they perfectly line up. And there's all different shapes depending on what maneuver you're going to use. There's actually a total of 11 of these maneuver templates, including sharp turns and little turns and straights. And shield. So that's a shield token. There's also shield tokens. You get shield tokens if your ship has shields. And there's other tokens like eyeballs, which I believe I'm going to show you. If you have the action bar, so if you have that, you can use an action to fade tokens. So it's little tokens that go along with some of your special abilities and some of the other features of the game, like the eyeball, which is good for rolling defense or offensively. Evade is only defense, obviously. Let's see what else we got. These tokens, and I grabbed the wrong numbers. Dark side, light sided. They're used to mark your ship in case you're using multiples. So if you're using both TIE intercept, first order ties, you can put them in the front and the back. And there's a third one, so you can put the third one on your card, as I'm showing right here. Like, oh wait, I forgot there's a third one. So you put it on, you're like, oh, this is number 2, so you know which one. So that way you don't have to have all the damage tokens or whatever tokens out there, I suppose. And then we have some other stuff. That's a stress token. If you do a fancy maneuver. I'm looking what else we have. So you put the stress on them if you do a red action. Yeah. Then we have a lock on. If your ship can lock on, if you're within 1 to 3 range of a person, you can use a lock on. You keep one, you put the other one on the other person, so you're always locked on. It allows you to reroll during attacks or use missiles if you have brought missiles with you. Let's see. This one has a lot of, there's asteroids, more tokens, special mission stuff, so you can play unique missions, like a little sensor satellite thing. More numbers. And then here's this is an initiative token that you can use when you're playing. Show who has initiative. More tokens, some asteroids. And lastly, the good stuff, the player tiles and maneuvers. So you take this plastic thing, pop it in half, you put it in one side that you can't see, and then you put the other side, they're color coordinated, so you'll know which one, and they're on top of each other. Then you put the other stampy thing in, as I do off camera mostly, and there you go. You got a little twisty thing. So this is your maneuver. You determine what speed. Each ship, not pilot, each ship has a unique flying thing, maneuver dial. And so basically you pick one, and then you put it face down, and you reveal. And when you reveal, depending on your pilot speed, you go, and you take maneuver dial, and you fly that distance. Now, each ship has its own unique one, so I'm doing the first order tie, just to show you. And you can see, hey, look, this is first order tie. Blah, blah, blah. So, and he has his own unique movements, a little more maneuverable than the other X-Wing like fighter. So if you use this red symbol, I think that's what I'm using. It's like, it looks like a U, a red U. See, like that symbol, but it's red. So how to do it, you put down the fighter going forward. Oh yeah, I have to quickly put him in the stand. So there it is. I showed it a little bit. So some people, that's a red maneuver, so you would get stress from it. So you go the full length of the straight and then flip around at the other end, and that counts as a UE, or I think they call it Colgarth turn. And here are your character guys. So you put this on your ship. I guess you don't have to, but it's kind of cool. You always know your character. And it shows the direction they're facing. So it lists all your pilot skill, your damage dice, defensive dice, hull, shields, and all your special action commands. So even your opponent can see it in case they're not memorizing everything, including your ship type. And then that front arc is your firing range. Everybody has the same range, or the same thing. So as long as you have that blaster fire on your stand, you can hit something. It doesn't have to be from the base. It just has to be on the base. And so that's its arc. All small ships are like that unless you get a special weapon, or you have a big ship, which has a special thing. So as long as that ruler can touch the other person's base, then it's good. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. So that is what you get out of this box. This X-Wing Miniatures base starter set. This is a quick overview. Hopefully you can come out to the gathering and I can teach you, or somebody else can teach you, or if this looks awesome, you'll look into it yourself. It can be addicting, but it's, at worst comes to worst, you get really awesome painted miniatures that you can put on display that look awesome. It's been me, Adam. Thanks for stopping by. NTBG. Pew pew.